Do you know the last thing a woman wants?
All right, all right, all right. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys all had a happy Easter. Hope you guys are having a very nice Sunday night. Let me say hello to Ethan Thomas, DJ Donnelly, Grindhouse Grotto, and Josh O'Brien, who's here with me tonight so far. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Easter to you guys. So did you guys do anything special for Easter? Any special Easter any Easter egg hunts or anything with me tonight so far? Oh, thank you, Grindhouse. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, I could think of seemed like a perfect time to do a live watch along. We've not done one in a while, and you guys voted. I put a poll out via the new community feature, and let me go there and check it out real quick. I asked my next live stream should be a watch along, B, a video game like Friday the 13th, etc., or C, just random memes. And out of 111 votes, 54% of you guys wanted to see a live watch along. So here we go, and we are going to be watching George Romero's seminal zombie classic, Night of the Living Dead. So very, very cool. What's going on here? There we go. What's going on, Krill? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Easter. Alberto, how you doing, man? The Kevin Sullivan Show, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well. You took your son on an Easter egg hunt and had some dinner. Pretty good day. That's awesome, Josh. My day was pretty good. It was mostly just a lazy Sunday. Caught up on some sleep, which was much needed. You saw Ready Player One, Alberto? I'm most likely going to go watch it tomorrow, me and Jeremy. So we may shoot a little video giving our thoughts on the movie if we go see it tomorrow. So that's right, DJ. This movie will be 50 years old this year. So you had a pretty good meal there, Grindhouse. I had a peanut butter sandwich. No, wait, hold on. For breakfast, I had a breakfast burrito. For lunch, I had a peanut butter sandwich. And for dinner, I got me and Jeremy a one of the new stuffed crust Little Caesar's pizzas. He loves stuffed crust pizza. Jeremy loves stuffed crust pizza. He eats it crust first. He'll tear the crust off the pizza and just eat the crust, and a lot of times just leave the pizza behind. But he loves that stuffed crust. What's up, Grim? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Easter. Glows, hello. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. How's my audio? My audio coming through pretty good. Let me check here. Yeah, seems to be. How's my audio? My audio coming through pretty good. Let me check here. Yeah, audio's coming through pretty good. All right. Well, guys, let's go ahead. Why don't we get the party started and let's watch some Night of the Living Dead together. Went to Taco Bell today to finally have nacho fries, and they stopped selling them today. Oh my God, Alberto, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. You know, honestly, I had them a couple of times. I was not that blown away by the taco or the nacho fries. They were a little too soggy, mushy for my taste. I like a nice, crisp French fry, nice, crisp, crunchy French fry. They were a bit, just like I said, too soggy, too mushy for me. They were good with the nacho cheese, though, I have to say. You dig some stuffed crust pizza right now? When is there not a good time for stuffed crust pizza? Just always a good time for stuffed crust pizza. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get the party started and let's watch some. Let me check. Bad Raven, Steven, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Let me check one thing real quick, and then we'll get into the movie. Hope you had a good Easter today, Steven. Did you and Andrew get out and do anything for Easter? Any Easter egg hunts or anything of the like? This will be the black and white. This will be the classic black and white. This is not the widescreen presentation. This is the 3:4. This is the old school. This is not any of the new transfers. It's not that cleaned up. This is an older DVD version of the movie, so it's it's full screen, I should say, and it's a little rough in spots, but that to me is Night of the Living Dead. So, all right, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get the party started. Audio versus my audio. Does one need to be louder? Does one need to be softer? You guys let me know. You had to work today, Steven. That sucks. You gotta make that money, man. Gotta make that money. Dead. They're all messed up. Gotta make that money, man. Gotta make that money.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
I'm going to be making a trip through Pittsburgh next month sometime, so I'm hoping to hit up some of these spots. How's the audio now?
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one. Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
What's up, Field Script Videos? And the only reason that he puts on those gloves is so that you'll recognize him later in the movie.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Doing good, Phil, thanks.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
Yeah,
They're coming for you.
He's a bit of a jerk, Stan.
Look,
He's a bit of a jerk.
there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny. Oh! No! No! Johnny! Help me!
It's rough. It's rough in spots, but this movie, I think, definitely. I like the 90s remake too. Good. I think they're both good. I think they're both good. He's a resourceful ghoul, Grindhouse. He's resourceful. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Maybe he was patient zero. So he's smarter, he can run. agent's house. There you go. If a zombie outbreak did happen, the best place to hide would be at Ted Nugent's house. Did happen, the best place to hide would be at Ted Nugent's house.
All right.
Good question, Grotto.
Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
If you got in the attic, I mean, it's not like they could get up in the attic, especially if you pulled the little
The truck is out of gas.
string up.
This pump out here is locked. Is there a
I'd
key?
be up in the attic.
We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
I suppose you've tried this.
I mean, I'm telling you, Ted Nugent's house would be the place to be in the event of a zombie outbreak.
Do you live here? Jesus. We've got to get out of here. We have to get where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
What's that dripping sound?
What's happening?
How do you think it's happening?
What's happening?
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid.
It was
but
cheaper
we-
to shoot in black and white.
Don't know. What's happening?
And the news at the time was still broadcast in black and white. There's John Russo, co-writer. I totally agree, Robbie. Totally agree. Oh, that's cool, Robbie.
I know we're in here now.
Yeah, very cool, Robbie.
Don't look at it.
Just act like you didn't see his eyes moving. I don't think so, DJ. I don't think so.
Get some more lights on in this house. Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some board, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up. Oh, God damn! Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
Romero always hated the fact that he made Barbara so, you know, useless in this movie. Oh, the original Fly is very good, Grindhouse Grotto. I agree, yeah. Very good. That's true, Robbie. That's true. Very much so, William, yeah, very much so. But Romero said that wasn't his intention. He said that, what was his name? Dwayne Jones. He said Dwayne Jones was just happened to be the best actor amongst his friends, and he, just happened to be black. But he cast him because he was the best actor.
That's wrong. Here, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find. There, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long before those things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out.
Yeah, Dwayne Jones. Yeah, he was a theater actor. He was actually a theater teacher. He
a place back down the road called Beekman's.
A theater
Beekman's
director.
Diner.
Later in life.
Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck.
And he does put in a really good performance.
I jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road with, there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. Those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move, they didn't run or just stood there, staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me. Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And, oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up, and I said, "Goody." And he grabbed me. He grabbed me, and he ripped at me. He held me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny.
Johnny ain't coming, sister. Johnny ain't coming.
Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out
DJ,
there.
you just ruined the movie for everybody.
Please, don't you hear me?
Just
We've
ruined
got
the
to
movie
go
for
out
everybody,
and get
DJ.
him.
Congratulations.
Please! We have got to go
DJ.
get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No! My brother is not dead!
Oh, there you go. She was hysterical, you know. I bet everybody in the theater at the time when that happened, like, probably applauded. They applauded. Or the drive-in, wherever. It was just applause. I agree, Daniel. The Corber Corner, R.I.P. Romero, absolutely.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being So at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help, and the scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received word that the President has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and the Joint Chiefs behind closed doors. The White House spokesman, in announcing this conference, says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin. Repeating, the President, members of his cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour. All radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including the one to which you're listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay
I think
indoors
you envision them to be
at
in the
all
same
costs.
timeline. Grindhouse.
Late reports
Just,
reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people
years
seeking refuge in churches,
in between,
schools, and government buildings,
This is the
demanding
beginning.
shelter and protection from the
Dawn of
wholesale
the Dead
murder, which
was,
apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials
Trying to take a stand and
even at this hour, even to the
stop
hearing
it,
of other reasons
and Day of the
which may
Dead
be
was,
so far, the advice we are able to give the public is somewhat
we've lost, basically. Humanity's
of Camden, North Carolina,
done.
was quoted as saying, quote, "Tell the people for God's sake to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here." End quote. Police Chief Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina. So far, the only descriptions, the only clues anyone has of the killers come from frightened witnesses of some of the slayings. These eyewitness accounts variously describe the murderers as ordinary-looking people, misshapen monsters, people who look like they're in a trance, and things that look like people but act like animals. Some eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims who look as though they had been torn apart. This whole ghastly story began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of a family of 7 in their rural home near Gulfport, Louisiana. Since then, reports of such senseless killings began snowballing in a reign of terror which has hopscotched in an
Now he's armed.
disconnected manner throughout much of the eastern and midwestern United States. Efforts to keep track of the murder reports by the placing of markers on a map seem to indicate a general spreading from the extreme southeastern United States to the north and west. Our newsmen have been on the telephone talking with officials in other cities and have determined that none of this kind of mass murder has yet been reported west of the Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
Yeah, I knew that about Day of the Dead, Robbie.
Oh, and these.
I really like Day of the Dead too. That's the one that's grown on me the most over the years. That's the one that I've seen the most over the years. Is Day of the Dead.
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
There's something about that
We gotta
movie.
be
I
all
don't
right
know what
here
it
for a
is.
while.
There's just something about that movie that
We have the gun and
I don't know.
bullets, food and the radio. Sooner or later, someone's bound to come and get us out.
That's a good question, Glows. I'm not sure.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right. Look, I don't know if you're hearing me, but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it. Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Consistent reports from witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the
I agree,
victims.
Glows. Yeah.
Medical authorities in
The imagery in
Cumberland
that
have
movie,
concluded
the
that in all
atmosphere,
cases, the
it's
killers
just so dark
are
and
eating
bleak
the
and-
flesh of the people they murder.
I know.
Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you, reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Hold it! Don't shoot! We're from town. A radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there. We thought we could hear screams, but for all
You
we
talking
knew,
about
that
this
could
guy
have been
right here,
those things were in
Glows?
the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more, the racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we
You're
supposed to
talking
know
about
what was going
Dr.
on?
Tongue.
You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Dr. Tongue.
All right, why don't we settle this? Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20,
Well,
30,
send me a message,
Grindhouse.
Grindhouse.
And as
Send me a
soon as they
message.
know we're here, this place is going to be crawling.
Yeah, there you go. Hit me up on
If they're
Facebook.
that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
I've had it for a few years,
You got a
DJ.
point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this.
Cooper needs a
make it
good
to the
slap,
cellar
too.
if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you box yourself in this cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
It's all right.
Headshot. Uh-oh. Just pretend like you guys didn't see that. Or that.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here.
Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly, I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help? Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead.
I'm Legend. Nice.
If we stick together, man,
Well done,
we can
Blows.
fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here.
Very good.
Mr.
Very
Cooper,
good novella. I'm
we'd all be
Legend.
a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
This radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Yeah, they actually made like 3 different I Am Legend adaptations. There was the Omega Man. There was, of course, the Will Smith one,
She
and there was
all right?
another one. I can't remember what it's called.
She feels warm.
It might be
Maybe it's
called.
Where'd you get the bandage?
some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
I know there were 3.
Let them stay upstairs.
The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. The Omega
Too many ways
Man.
those monsters can get in up there.
Well, there's been 4. There's
We'll
one
see
from
who's
there's
right.
one called I Am Omega from
We'll see. When they come
2007.
begging me to let them in down here.
It looks awful.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
It looks
To be
awful.
right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
It was produced by the Asylum, so yeah, no wonder nobody's heard of it. So yeah,
Does
apparently there's been
anyone
4
up there know why
I Am
we're
Legend
being attacked?
adaptations.
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us so they tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon? We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper! Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Let's go up. Tom?
Yeah.
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away. Will you do it?
Do I have to?
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay.
Okay, open up.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
She's all I have.
Why don't you go upstairs now?
brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Actually, yeah, the Vincent Price one, The Last Man on Earth, is public domain. Close.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here. You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on. There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this? Shut up!
In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an Earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump? Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
There's
Yes,
Romero.
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection. A definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
only logical
irrefutably
explanation that we
proved.
have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I
be...
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them?
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
He's the guy.
Have a bearing on
He's
it.
the guy on the right with the coat, asking the questions.
Will there be a reply for this?
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will be a report.
Yes.
A
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
We're hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
Belno is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening. Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic problem of patients? Well,
Look, you go down there and tell... Now, Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
No, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to
Orc
the
is
street
here.
and burned.
Orc, how are you
They
doing,
must be
buddy?
burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars to make Molotov cocktails and hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs.
Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
Well, there shouldn't be
You're
a
in
copyright
there.
strike
You
because
and
this
I'll
is
go.
public domain, Max. But so was Bucket of Blood, and we saw what happened to that.
We'll put whatever lumber we find
To
behind
that
the cellar
watch
door.
along. So
You can go upstairs and toss the
Who knows?
cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
No place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom, are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now, but there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
actually, I think this is fair use. Is famous YouTuber last
Remember
words.
when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
No, it's definitely weird work.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
All of the masters are passing away, man.
Smiley, where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're showing no use at all, are you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
At least we have Eli Roth, I know. The new master of horror. At least we have Eli.
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
have seen American Nightmare, Robbie. It's my favorite horror documentary. Great documentary, American Nightmare. Awesome stuff.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, toss them.
Go ahead, go on.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm going.
It's too late.
That's funny, Max. That would be a good way to get rid of trick-or-treaters.
Come on. Get in.
This key won't work.
Watch it. Watch the torch.
Ben's a badass in this movie, man.
I'd drag you out there and feed you those things.
Yummy.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were
F20 Jacob Fox just subscribed. Thank you, sir.
just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
Hey, Isaac, how you doing, buddy? Thanks
What's
for tuning
wrong?
in.
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Good Lord.
Being monitored closely by scientists.
I'm
at
doing
all the
good, Isaac.
radiation
Thank you.
detection stations.
Hope you had a good
This
Easter.
hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to
I don't know if
increase
Carnival of
steadily.
Souls is public domain or not, or
as
I'll
the
have to
situation
look into
remains,
that.
Government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Anything from the supply wagon, Gus?
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, I got you.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
That is Laurie Cardill's father. From,
okay.
Laurie
Chief,
Cardille was in
if I were surrounded
Day of
by
the Dead.
6 or 8 of
The
these
lead
things,
actress in
would
Day
I
of the
stand
Dead.
a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in
They're
time,
all
would you
messed
say you
up.
ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief
I
McClellan.
agree, Joe.
This
It
is Bill
wasn't
Cardell,
necessarily them
WIC
being
TV
blown
11
up.
News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report.
That was shocking
Official
to me the first time I
spokesman
saw it.
declined to
It was the
speculate
ending
just how
of
long it may
the
take
movie
to
that
kill
was
off
shocking
all
to me.
the flesh eaters.
But
So
yeah,
long as
I
the
was
heavy
in
rain-
that same mindset.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
Look, 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window. Get.
Jeremy's doing well, Isaac. He's doing well. Thanks for asking. He's actually in bed. He goes to bed earlier and earlier, so. But he's excited. We're going to try and go watch Ready Player One tomorrow afternoon, so he's excited about that.
Get over here, man! Come on!
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get in the cellar. Get in the cellar now. Move!
She took that pretty well. Her husband just got shot. She's like, meh. Jeremy's a ladies' man. Jeremy is a ladies' man. Save money on the divorce. There you go. Yummy, yummy. This part shocked me too when I first saw it. This whole stabbing by trowel scene is, it's still really, I don't know. The way that's edited and just the sound of it, it's just, I don't know, still, it's very effective. Hey Matt, what's up, man? It's alright, no problem, no problem. You'll be able to go back and watch it once it archives on my channel. You'll be able to catch up. But yeah, I didn't really announce that I was going to do this until before I started doing it. But it'll be archived. And that was the reason why that dude was driving the news. So that when that happened, recognize him as Johnny. That door looks a bit flimsy if you ask me. Another one for the fire.
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You still here, Bill?
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
Chili
One of the
Bill.
volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm checking the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Now, do they shoot him because they think he's a zombie or because he's black?
They need you down there by the barn. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, it sure looks like it, Cop.
He's the dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, man.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Send the wagon through directly on over.
What an ending, man. What an ending.
Keep those dogs back off of those things.
Move more quickly.
I will be in the Pittsburgh area next month, so I'm hoping to head up, check out the Monroeville Mall, and depending on how far the cemetery from this film is to the Monroeville Mall, I may try and track down the cemetery where the film opens too. So. Got a little road trip planned for next month.
Come ahead with the motorcycle, please.
And there's the zombie from the beginning of the film.
Hey, Randy, light these torches over here. People in the back, way in the back.
we go, guys. The end. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. My goodness. Alright guys, I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. I'm going to go grab a beverage and make a bathroom break, and I will be right back, and we can talk about the movie. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back. Oh, Night of the Living Dead watch along. What'd you guys think? Did you guys have a good time? We will definitely have to do some more live watch-alongs. They're a lot of fun. They're definitely a lot of fun. The beverage right now is water. Grindhouse. Just good old-fashioned water, H2O. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do another live watch along sometime pretty soon. You guys voted for the watch along for my next live stream, so yeah. Maybe next time around we'll do the Street Fighter with Sonny Chiba. That'll be a fun one to do a watch along. Of course, we got to do those public domain titles. And maybe next time I'll do a video game live stream. Do Evil Dead next? I don't think Evil Dead's public domain. So I have to keep it to public domain titles, but yes, it is, and it is, yeah. Yep, it's April 1st. Today is April Fool's Day, or today was April Fool's Day. So hope nobody played any tricks on you guys or any pranks, or hope nobody fooled you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So yeah. And I heard I saw a couple of people were talking about the contract negotiations with Ork over on the sausage factory. We're working on it. You know what I mean? We're trying to, really it's up to Ork. And, we're trying to make it happen. I'm going to, right after this live stream, I'm going to get back on the phone with his agent and manager. I'm going to do a conference call, and we're going to see if we can't work something out, but really it's up to Ork. And his demands. So, but we'll see. If we have a show this Thursday, then you'll know we've worked things out. If we don't have a show this Thursday, you'll know that we haven't, and it's Ork's fault. Just going to be frank about it. Just going to put that right out there. We're offering Ork a very substantial contract. And it's just not good enough for him. So it's not good enough for him. Yes, I have watched the Criterion Blu-ray CJM. I did a review of the Criterion Blu-ray back when it first came out. It's a very good Blu-ray, by the way. So very good Blu-ray. Oh, goodness. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for joining me for the watch-along. And, yeah, great movie. It stands up to the test of time. It was very, very much ahead of its time, as was George Romero. And, great movie. Glad I could watch it with you guys live. Thanks for everybody who joined in. Thanks for keeping the chat nice and lively. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. And I'll try and next time I'll try and give you guys a little bit more notification time. Like, I kind of just did this one on the spur of the moment, but if you missed it live, it will go up on my channel. So it'll archive on my channel. So if you missed it live, you can still check it out. And yeah, so again, thanks a lot for joining, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me and watching Night of the Living Dead. Hope you guys had a great Easter. Hope you guys have a great week this week. And until next time, you guys take it easy. Peace.